Okay. I'm back on here, guys. No idea why the stream cut out. I had like Eric thought I went to sleep. No, I lost internet for 2 minutes. And it was really kind of weird because I had my Webull data was showing up. It was still reporting. So even though I lost connectivity with you guys on the stream, and I could see I couldn't get any of my pages to refresh, what I couldn't do was get any of my YouTube data to like show up on the screen. Nothing was showing up. Like none of my web pages would pop open. And then the thing is that it was just 2 minutes before this upwards price movement, and my Webull data was still reporting but had 2 minutes of zero volume. I refreshed the screen and the volume popped back up. It was when we were at 47 and 46,000. It was literally the 2 minutes just before this these nice big candlesticks started coming in here. So I don't know. I don't know what caused this to happen, but I'm back and I got everything working. So um, there we go. We're back up and running, in more than in more than ways than one. I don't know. We'll wait. We'll wait till we'll do story time here in just a minute when we get some more people coming back in here. I don't want anybody to miss out on this story. It's kind of I don't know. It's kind of fun, inspiring. Maybe it's inspiring. I don't know. Maybe it's not inspiring. Inspires me. I was away for 2 minutes prior to the start of the run up. I got cut out. The feed got lost, and it was the 2 minutes prior to the run up right here, and then I gained connectivity back here right about let's see 5 to 6 minutes later. This is a great point though, guys. I'm actually gonna edit. I'm gonna edit my channel. It's probably start. It's probably a good time to start doing this. So I have an emergency backup Twitch account. For those of you who have Twitch accounts, you know, and I can't get back um, onto YouTube. If that should be the case, I will resort to the Twitch account. And I just in the description box, I went ahead and put in my emergency backup Twitch ID. So if worst comes to uh, worst, then we can meet at Twitch and try to do a live stream through Twitch. I already have the account set up. I've tested it once before. Give me some time to get it running. I only did one stream one time just to see if it was working and then called it quits. And it's been months since I tried to get it to work. So give me a few minutes if we ever do lose contact on YouTube or it gets shut down for one reason or another. Meet up that Twitch account. I'll start live streaming from there. As a third backup, for those of you who have Discord, I would plan on meeting at hmm, AMC. Hmm, yeah, AMC Stocks Reddit Discord, and I don't have that offhand, but I can give it to you guys later. I don't think so. It was really kind of weird what happened, Kyle, because I couldn't see, I couldn't get any of my websites or web browsers to update, but Webull was still reporting data like I was still getting good feed or good internet connection. So it was really kind of odd. Um, I don't know. I mean, it was definitely unusual. I mean, typically speaking, when you lose internet connectivity, you lose it across the whole board, right? Like you lose everything. I still had level 2 book orders like flying through. I could see them all changing. I could see price movements. The other odd factor was is that Webull was reporting zero volume during those 2 minutes that I was down. Once I was able to get my browsers back up and running again, that corrected itself, which I found to be very odd. How volume could report zero for 2 minutes, and then I refreshed the screen on Webull, and the volume was back. It was these 2 minutes right here, I think, 12:26 and 12:27. But I was still seeing price movement, and I was still seeing order flows moving, but I couldn't get any of my internet browsers to work. I wouldn't doubt it, Joe. I wouldn't doubt it. That's why we need to have some backup plans. JP. 53, JP. 53. Yeah, so I really don't know what happened there. It's KC underscore underscore KC underscore Shaw, and I put it in the description box for emergency in case I can't get YouTube up and running. What I initially try to do is I try to get YouTube back up and running. If YouTube's down, if you guys see that YouTube is down, I'm gonna see the same thing you're seeing. Like if all other websites are working, but it's just YouTube that's the problem, I'm going to go directly to Twitch. If Twitch isn't working, then I will go directly to Discord, and that way we can all talk. So um, I don't, undershore, undershorts. What were your indicators, future whale? Um, no, I mean I think for me the one of the biggest indicators that I've always pointed out to you guys is on loan average age per day. Um, it has like a 99% rate of signaling increased price movements coming in the very near future. When you see the dip in that value go down, um, within 15 business days, you see the price move up. It fluctuates sometimes. Sometimes it's immediate the very next day. Sometimes it takes 7 days. Sometimes 5. Sometimes 10. I've seen the longest it's ever taken is 15 days. On average age for the loans per day. Sorry, let me read it the way that our text reports it. On loan average age per day. Guys, look at the borrow change, 5.28 million. The borrowing is through the roof. Absolutely through the roof. Look at the return shares, 72.1 thousand. That's it. What's volume spiking up to? Not very high. I would think it'd be a little bit higher than this, but it's not very high. 101.1 current short interest. What? Oh, nah. Is it really? Get out. That's a record. Let me see. That can't be right. Hold on a second. Wait. Where'd my text go? There it is. 101. Oh, you're not kidding. Hold on a second. Let me check that. Let me check that versus. Yeah, there we go. Wow. That's really high. It's not the highest we've ever seen. It's not a record. Um, since the beginning of this last year, the highest number we've ever seen was 105, but it's getting up there. 101 and 106 by the time today's over, that number may well report as the highest number we've ever had for estimated short interest, which is massive, guys, massive. Oh man, I wish you guys could see this, like from my perspective, like how juicy this is, like the understanding of these numbers and how crazy this is, like the stacking we're doing right now, guys. This is like we are building the biggest, hardest, best foundation you can possibly imagine right now. It's really good looking. Bad Back says he just got his COVID shot, booster shot, and he's gonna have the best 5G ever. Eric, I think so. Eric, I really do think so. If we finish price above 24.50 and we do about 130 million in shares, I'm going to call it the blow, 100%. Now, just remember, the key about suck squeeze bang blow is not trying to predict the future. If you ask me questions like how long is the blow going to last, I have no idea. I have no idea. It's it's not something that is meant to predict. It only tells you what the future is going to look like. So you're looking for the cycles, right? We know what's coming next is the blow. We've been through so much bang. It sounds, Mom, I'm sorry. It's weird having my mom listen to this as I talk about stuff like this, but I mean, yeah, it's this bang period has been kind of weird. I had labeled some gray periods in here. Part of it was due to the fact that we had insiders selling some shares that kind of caused some weird numbers to kind of show up during this bang phase. It's a very unusual bang phase, but the amount of time that we've been inside the bang is one of the longest we've ever had, and it's a total of, oh geez, 42 days. Oh geez, Rick, 42 days. That's a long time. I mean, if I went back and I just kind of looked at some of the others, like this bang period was only 5 days long. This bang period was 3, 6, 7 days long. This bang period was 4 days long. This bang period was 4 days long. This bang period was I'll see, 12 days long. See, here's the weird thing, right? In this cycle right here, we had 12 days of bang and 1 day of blow. 1 day. We shot up in price 51.41%. It was like we blew everything all in one shot. Up volume up 1,360 or 1,364%. Price up 51.41%. It was just everything in one shot, and then it was right back into a cool down stage. That could happen. That could really happen to us on this, even though we've gone through such a long period of bang for this cycle, we could have a single day of blow. Today would be the first day I would identify as the blow. I would say that based off of these numbers, it would not be a single day though. 56% increase in volume and a 5% increase in price. That's that's not indicative of what you would typically see. You would need to see, in order for it to be in one single day, massive amounts of volume all in one day and massive amounts of price. What would that be? I'm just kind of curious. What was our opening price at? If we did have a single day like we had last year or earlier, I think that was last year actually. If we had like a 51% increase in price on our open, uh, 3160 would be our final price. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Let's see what we got going on here. You guys are talking. Anthony says, I wouldn't mind MOASS next year. Gives us time to look at those bank accounts, pay the taxes in 2023. Joe says, I wish I was a little bit taller. Chris McLean, how do you think Powell speaking this after him will affect us? I don't know. That's a great question. I really don't know. It probably depends on what they say. I can guarantee you one way or the other it probably will impact us. I don't know which way though. Nope. John, once the blow happens, you go into a cool down phase, and that's where price just kind of like you get random stuff. You know, some days it might be price up, some days it might be price down, volumes up and down. Uh, there is like no real. I don't see there being any specific pattern that happens. But once you're done with the cycle, you need a period of time for a cool down. It's just we're moving too fast. It's a reset. Uh, I'll tell you what, MG. If you go to my description box, there's a link in there for my Reddit post on Suck Squeeze Bang below. It's not trying to predict the future. That's the very important thing that I really want to identify with you guys. I want you to understand that Suck Squeeze Bang below does not tell you the future. It tells you where you're at in cycles. And so we see these cycles very often. It's what I love about the whole fractal theories, right? They keep talking about these fractal theories and everything. And you know, if you want to try and break down some of these fractals as to what's happening with volume and price, and then try to relate that volume and price somehow into an engineering type model, a perfect engineering type model for what we're doing with price and volume is a 4-stroke engine. Suck, squeeze, bang, blow. There's 4 cycles. We have one extra cycle in there, which is the cool down period, and there is an engine that was made back in the early 1900s called the hit or miss engine, where if the speed was too fast on the engine, it would misfire, and so that's kind of that cool down phase. You know, if price and volume gets out of control, once it's exhausted everything, and we're moving too fast, the engine misfires, and so you go into a cool down period. Casey, where are we heading to low? I want to buy more. I I'm gonna tell you the same thing I always tell everybody, Zach. Buy when you can buy. That's all I can say, man. I was buying at 40. I thought 40 was going to be a low spot. Could I have predicted this, guys? No way. I wouldn't have thought that we would be down as low as we got to. Do I think we can go back lower? Absolutely. Absolutely. Synthetic price failures are always in play. Always. 100%. You want to know how much that is? 20% down from whatever our last high was. And right now, our current most high today that we hit was 24.59. So subtract 20% off of that 24.59, and that gives you your answer. Uh, Chris has, how do you think Powell, oh yeah, I tried to answer that. Um, it's so hard to say, Chris. I mean, we know for a fact that they use the media to try and drop the price. Um, Whether or not they use that to affect us. Oh, guess what, guys? 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and we have the next question is going to come out for the NFTs for Matrix. If you want to get on that, go to AMC Theater, AMC Theaters. The next question should be coming out in 5 minutes. Let's see if we can answer it together. I'm also going to copy. I'm going to copy the hashtags that you have to put in your answer. If you don't put the hashtags in your answer, then you're not qualified to get the prize. So make sure you do that. And that's hashtag the matrix. And hashtag sweepstakes. Two different ones. It should look like this. That's how it should look. If you guys want to copy and paste that, feel free to. I'm here to try and help you guys win. If you guys can win, that's awesome. Yesterday's question was, in The Matrix 1999, when Neo gets in the car with Trinity for the first time, Switch refers to him as, and it was Copper Top. He was referred to as Copper Top. In case you know that actually is too late. It's too late to be answering that question. That was yesterday's question. I'm gonna try and predict today's question, guys. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna do a question from like the next movie, which is probably of the three movies is probably the one I'm least um, versed in. So I may have to do some research. I was gonna watch it last night, and then I got into space calls and I got lost. I got lost in rabbit holes. But I'm going to try and predict today's question. Today's question, I think, is going to be it's either going to be what color was the animal that Neo saw twice and said deja vu, or what did he say when he saw the. It's going to have something to do with that scene. I think it's going to have to do with it was a black cat that walks by Neo twice and he goes, huh, deja vu. That's what I'm thinking it's going to be. Trying to predict in advance. Again, it's on Twitter, guys. If you go to Twitter and you go to AMC at AMC Theaters, and the T in theaters is capitalized. The next question should be in there. Oh no, it says at the bottom here. Thanks everyone for participating. We have selected our winners. Check AMC Theaters Facebook and Instagram stories for a chance to win tomorrow. Get your tickets. Okay, so it says AMC Theaters. Okay, so we got to go to. I don't have Facebook, so you guys got to do Facebook. I'm seeing it. It says Instagram. Man, I don't have them on here. Let's see here. Search. I don't know how this works. I am not an Instagram person. That's not it. Oh man. There's a lot of fake accounts in here. It's hard to tell what's real and what's not. Well, I'm not going to have a chance at it because I don't have Facebook, so and I don't know how to find it on Instagram. Right, I'm on Instagram. Instagram stories. What will happen to the hedge fund margins if Fed tapering accelerates? Then I think that margin calls will happen earlier. Thanks, Max. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not really. Well, I'm not really that smart. It's more. I see trends. I see trends, and I know what happens based off of the trends. I look for patterns that repeat. Um, that's what I did for a job for most of my life. I can. I can put. I can put it on screen. So this is yesterday. This is yesterday that says, thanks everyone for participating. We have selected our winners. Check at AMC Theaters Facebook and Instagram stories for a chance to win tomorrow. Get your tickets to The Matrix Resurrections now. I do know that I don't know how to look this up on Instagram. I wish they said how to find that. I'm gonna go with AMC Theater. I just typed in AMC. Okay, that's it. That's it. I just typed in AMC and I found it on Instagram. Um, it says to go to stories. I don't know where that's at. I am not an Instagram person by any means. How do I follow? I don't even know how to follow. Follow. There it is. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. So Commander Locke and Morpheus have a feud with each other. Name the character both men are in love with. Oh, it's Will Smith's wife. I'm trying to think of what her name is. Well, I can't remember what her name is. Let's type it out. I'll tell you the answer here in just a second. Um, they're both in love with. Hold on a second. Niobe. 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 It says to check tomorrow 2 hours ago, so nothing is going to be there. Okay, Silent Streamer said, well, I think I already found it, but yeah, it is Niobe. Hey, nerds. We can't help ourselves. We want that NFT so bad. It's like I'm sitting here like worrying about the NFT and then we're just like absolutely booming on price. Oh, I'm so jealous of you guys. I'm so jealous. I gotta figure out how to find this. I can't multitask. Okay, so I clicked on your link for Instagram. Hopefully it just takes me there through my app. I already followed it, but I don't see anything in the Instagram that, because I just don't know how Instagram works. I don't see where the stories are or whatever the heck it is. Oh wait, is this it? Link in bio. What the hell? What the fuck? I don't do this stuff. What the hell is a bio? Uh, AMC Theater. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, guy. I'm gonna focus on AMC. Stupid NFTs. I really want this NFT though. Uh, I didn't see it. I didn't see an announcement, but it did say that they did pick them. Click on the answer button under the question. I didn't see any question. I need I need somebody to come over to my house. Help me. It's a good thing that I have until I think you have the whole day to put in the answer. So hopefully I helped you guys remember that the NFT was coming, and hopefully one of you guys can win. If at the very least I can help you guys to win, that's good. That's all that matters to me. I want to see my group win. I want to see my team win here. Okay, we got a little bit of a wedge going on here, guys. A little bit of a wedgie for the hedgie. Hold on one second. Let me just check this out. It is time to do a little technical analysis. Um, I guess what I do want to point out to you guys is that if we move to the 30-minute interval, oh, and of course we shut down. What? What the heck? All right, we're back. Taking you guys back to the 30-minute interval. We were on that descending parallel channel that I showed you guys. Multi-day, I think it was like 3 days. 1, 2, 3. We're on day 4 of this descending parallel channel, and we're breaking to the very top of it. We could break out of this channel here within the next 30 minutes to an hour from now, and it should be a pretty decent break when it does. But also on the daily, if we move in on 1 minute here and kind of take a look at what we're doing right now, we're kind of heading up an ascending wedge. I'd have to do some research on this really quick because I'm not 100% certain how this is going to break out. It could break out going down, but it does depend a little bit on volume and pricing for when it does break out. You have to reply on their story. Okay, I'll pull it up, Silent Streamer. Hold on a second. But how do you get there? Did it just pull up? I care more about this I care more about this NFT than I do about our price increasing right now, and it like bothers me. Um, oh, stories. I turned on notification for stories. I see like maybe it's under events. All right, I'll check Twitter. Silent streamers coming through here. I appreciate that, man, because I'm struggling. Oh, so you just click on the top left-hand button. Okay, let's try that. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, I gotta type it. All right, thank you. I got it. All right, so make sure you guys do the hashtags, right? You gotta do hashtag the matrix with capital T for the and capital M for matrix, and then hashtag sweepstakes all lowercase, and that's with an S at the end, and then the name NIOBE, Niobe. But here's the real question. Here's the bonus question, guys. Who is Niobe in love with? Morpheus and the commander were both fighting over her, or fighting about her, but who was Niobe in love with? Anybody know the answer to that one? Thank you, Silent Streamer. I appreciate that, man. Apes together strong, proving it time after time after time. So Porter, if you click on the top left-hand so let me. I don't have Instagram on my computer. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you on my Instagram account. I hope this doesn't show anything I'm not supposed to. Let's see here. Okay, so this watch my stream for just a second. I'm gonna make my picture bigger here so you can see. So what you do is once you're following AMC, you're gonna come up here to the top left-hand corner and click on that button, right? And then it's gonna have a bunch of pictures in here. You just tap your screen, and you keep tapping your screen until you get to wait for it. It's so far. Okay, there's the very first one, and then there's the question. There's the question right there. Commander Locke and Morpheus have a feud with each other. Name the character both men are in love with. I'll make Joe mod for a minute. photo porn. So Joe just supplied the Instagram stories for that. For those of you who want to make it there. No, Joe, she wasn't in love with Neo. No. I don't. Let me check here. I know what you're doing there. I know it. Ooh, that I know what you're doing there, Eric. Eric's getting spicy, guys. Eric's getting he's using his noodle. Everybody, let's pick on Eric for using his brain. I had to look up who that was because I didn't know, but the minute I saw who it was, I knew exactly what you were talking about. Jason, how's it going? Don't forget to go apply for your NFT. Follow the link by Joe Exotic. Go get your NFT. The answer is Niobe. No, so for those of you who don't know, Jada Pinkett Smith, I think was her name originally, and she was married, or she was, yeah, I think she was married to Will Smith. I'm not sure if they were married or not, but they were together at least. Yeah, they were married. And then she had, I think she had an affair, or they both had an open relationship, and I don't know. At some point, I think that just didn't work out for them anymore. But the person that Eric's posting up there, I think, is the one that kind of separated them, tore them apart. No, Joe. All right, I'm gonna have to undo that. You timed out Eric. Eric, he timed you out for 300 seconds. Joe. Eric, you're gonna have to wait 300 seconds, man. Sorry, I don't know that there's any way that I can take that off. You're just gonna have to wait 300 seconds. It'll wear off. Jeez. I give them a little inch, JP. I give them an inch and they take a mile. Uh, don't worry, Eric. I'm gonna have to give I'm gonna have to give Joe a pass this one time. I'm only giving him a pass this one time because he did help out. All right, guys, we're past due. It's 23 minutes after, and I haven't done the technical analysis. Let me minimize my picture here just a little bit because that is just way too dang big. That's yeah, that's what she said. That's just I'm telling you guys. All right, guys, let's get into it. Let's see what's going down here. And excuse the horrible lighting on these tabs. Let's see if we can't fix it. Enough fun and games. Enough fun and games. Let's get back to work here. Time to get back to work. I gotta reel us back in. You guys made Santa Claus mad. Back to work, elves. Guys, don't look at your accounts. Don't do it. Avoid looking at your accounts ever. Like this is just it's not worth it. It's never worth looking at your account. You go and you look at it a green day and it's just gonna make you all excited. Don't do that. Let's base things off numbers. Base them off the numbers. Don't let the price get to you. I'm telling you guys, it's not healthy. All right, I've updated my numbers here. Off exchange. Let's see what's going on there. 51.23 and 11.38. Refreshing. 52.32 and 11.64. Just definitely getting fuller. Fuller, if that's a word, because it's not. And I know my mom's going to get after me later for that one. It's definitely getting more full than it was. I think 55, 56% is kind of where we end the day at normally. So it's kind of low right now. So I imagine that they have some room to throw a bunch of trades, buy orders into the off exchange still. So there's that. Okay, now see, this is more reasonable. The borrowed change was at a very high 5 million shares at one point, I believe, 4 or 5 million. And the borrowed change, it's now just underneath 2 or 3 million. It's at 2.92. Guys, everything is updating super, super slow on my computer, so there's a good chance I might lose you again. $2.92 million shares having been. My goodness. Yeah, I'm losing stuff. Computer down. 2.92. Here we go. I'm back in business. That's going to lower the estimated current short share interest of the free float just a tad to 19.28%. And let's update those options. My dog's dreaming again. Can you guys hear that? Oh, he's getting angry now. All right, highest amount of options here on the calls is at a $25 strike price. It's gone from 30,000 options to 38.7. On the put side, at a $20 strike price, it's gone from 30,000 options to 38.9. Taking you over to the main page, orders by Fidelity customers. AMC still in third. We have good buy to sell ratios with 67% buys to 33% sales. GME slipping to 8th position. They're holding at 8th position. That's where they were about an hour ago, with 85% buys to 15% sales. Well, I'm gonna have to do a computer reboot tonight. Something is going on. I got a system hog. Let's see here. Shares borrowed in the last hour. There's 100K there. Only 100K. They're now up to 4.15 million shares having been borrowed for the day today. Oops. 22.8 thousand contracts are in the money on the calls. 163,000 contracts are out of the money on the puts. NASDAQ is down 1.77%. Dow Jones is down 0.34. S&P 500 is down 1.11. The market is not quite burning, but it is definitely getting close to being on fire. Decliners, we have 5,048 decliners to 2,351 advancers. The VIX is up 10%, and yet we're still up in price today. Tesla is down 3.01%. Hood is down 5.1%. Amazon is down 1.49%. Cinemark is up 0.62%. Doge is up 15.32%. GME is up 4.05%. And AMC is up 6.84%. Taking a look at your inflow versus your outflow. We currently have a 46 point spread with more inflow than outflow, and our total volume for the day today so far 8. Wow, this is pretty sweet looking data. 390 divided by 2 plus 46 minutes. We're 241 in. We're on pace for 129.9 million shares traded for the day today. I wanted originally to go 100 to 120 million shares traded for the day, but I increased it to 130 to 150, hoping to catch a little bit of a late break in the day. I'm hoping for a high run of volume towards the end of the day today. As it stands, we are on pace to go lower than my volume prediction. I do hate being high, but it is what it is. I just get better. I have to get better. Get good, bro. Get good. With today's price movement, if we hold the 26, if we can hold $26.78, we'll stay inside this August wedge. Currently, we're showing more selling pressure than buying pressure, just ever so slightly, but RSI rising up above 30 now at 31.48. On a 1 hour interval, we currently have more buying pressure than selling pressure with RSI at 53.48, which is right down the middle. On a 30-minute interval, more selling pressure than buying pressure with an RSI of 60.39 and rising. On a 5-minute interval, more selling pressure than buying pressure with an RSI of 62.06. Nothing. It did top out here at 70 just a little bit ago, but nothing really indicating that we couldn't move up further in price. Consolidation is definitely good. I want to just check one thing out here real quick here. I want to see what this looks like. Yeah, I didn't think so. I just want to verify. We have kind of like a large wedge pattern, an ascending wedge pattern, followed by a more recent ascending wedge pattern. Like we were on a much larger scale wedge, and then now we have like a smaller scale wedge pattern here. Let me just check something out on my data here really quickly before I get back to you guys. I know my picture's up, but I can't see what you guys are writing just yet. Actually, I'll take my picture away so you're not confused. just trying to figure something out here. I'm sorry, Eric. Monty, I believe that we are. In my opinion, if we finish above 2450 and 130 million shares, and I could be flexible on the 130 million shares, I could probably, let me just check my values real quick here. Let me see what 120 looks like, just out of curiosity. Actually, I could go lower. Yep. We could go as low as 110. Let me see if we can go to 100 and still be eligible. That one's tight. That one's tight. Let me try 105. I would say 110 is probably the minimum. And if we're really close to 110, I could. It might just be a judgment call. But we'll know for sure tomorrow. We will absolutely know for sure tomorrow. I mean, it should be very obvious what's going to happen. Because usually the first day of the blow is kind of like the day where you see like a spike in volume and price. I wouldn't really call these spikes, but it's abnormal. Very, very abnormal from where we've been. I'll tell you one thing, though, Monty, that really excites me the most is earlier we saw the borrowed change amount up to almost 5 million, which is super, super high. Very, very, very high. The fact that it went down, though, to just under 3 million tells me that there were some paper hands that along the way. Don't know what point. It was probably from yesterday or the day before. It does appear to me like we're kind of breaking out of the larger wedge for the day. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. We're still in this wedge pattern here, but we could break the momentum of breaking out of the larger day wedge could push us outside of our current wedge pattern. Volume is definitely it's definitely increased from earlier, but it's kind of declining as it stands right now. Numbers just fall into the matrix. Welcome to the channel, Christoph. Can't believe that we have the 25. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but It's my internet. It's my internet, Azrul. I apologize. There's something going on today. Actually, I think it's more my computer than it is my internet. I'm not 100% certain it's my internet because I am getting. It says uh, YouTube is saying that it's excellent condition, excellent connection. So if it's an excellent connection and yet my picture's blurry or it's coming through bad on your end, then it's. I think it's my computer. I really do. No, I don't think so, MCon. Not right now. I'll tell you what, guys. The fact that the VIX, the fact that the VIX is at 9.4% up today, and we're up, that's very unusual. Super, super unusual. Um, I'm not really sure what to make of it, honestly. Normally, when the VIX goes up, we go down. Getting a little bit of attack on price here. Hmm. I don't know if AP is still watching or not, but I'll tell you what. There's a intraday pattern that I'm seeing happening right now. We're having, it looks to me like the devil horn slash head and shoulder pattern forming. If we pull a little sideways action out here, we could see price drop back down a little bit here. Maybe into the 22, low 22 range. Let's test this out here. Trend line, 21 bars. Let's look for this pattern to see if this happens. If this does happen, we might be seeing, like I said, kind of a push downwards in price to around the 27, mid 22 range to 20, 22 to 20 range, and then after that we kind of work ourselves into the power hour. So we might finish out the power hour in the 22 range and see how it goes from there. Man, I'll tell you what, JP, these bots are really getting annoying. I really don't understand why. Um, I really don't, I really don't understand why YouTube can't get that stuff under control. Insane. It's like a full-time job. On a much bigger scale, guys, we saw the inverted head and shoulders starting here and here, and we could be moving back up to that range to where we have an inverted head and shoulders. So we'll see, that could be coming over the next 2 days, which would put us back into, this is what I was talking about, seeing like a day or two outside the wedge, the monthly wedge here, before moving into some higher highs. When this does complete, if this is indeed an inverted head and shoulders like it appears to be, there's a very strong possibility that we wind back up at around $34 by, let me just check here and see. Is it 1, 2, 3 days? 1, 2, 3, by the 16th. Possibly $33, $34 by the 16th, and my hopes are is for a really big run on either the 16th or the 17th. Again, this is a pattern. This pattern right here that I drew out. Somebody had came in last week on like Thursday, I think Thursday or Friday last week, and said, "Hey, where do you think the price is going?" And I said, "Oh, here, let me just try and draw out something real quick here." So, yeah, it's so hard to predict, guys. It really is difficult to predict where it's going. And that's why I really just kind of choose to look at it on a minute by minute basis, just because it's very difficult to know what the future holds. We do have the 2:30 meeting by the Feds. We can listen to that when I come back from break later. I love that name, Brendan and Ella's Fun Adventures. That is such an awesome name. Welcome to the channel, Brendan and Ella's Fun Adventures. Hood on tight, y'all. But if you can afford it, these sale prices, we might never see these again. Yeah, I said it just before the market opened today, guys. I mentioned to you, I hope you guys got your shares. I hope you got your shares. Brendan, I always say this to everybody. Don't think about, this being as a competition where you have to buy in chunks of like 40 shares at a time or 20 shares at a time. It really doesn't have to be about that. 1 share a week over a year's time, you would have 52 more shares right now if you started this back in last January. Very, very close. You'd be getting really close to having 52 more shares. That's a lot of shares. It's just 1 share a week. You don't have to buy in massive quantities. You just don't. Just bought some more Berkshire halfway house. No, 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 no. We're the new Bitcoin. You forgot Empire Fire. We're the new Bitcoin. We're going to replace it. And then some. let's just. I really hope for the Berkshire Hathaway prices. That would be nice. But I'm gonna be trading based off the data that I see, not off a price. What a wild ride today, guys, huh? Zach, you only seem to show up when it's not positive news. What's the deal? Ape astronaut followed you. Apes will prevail. The plan for now, just hodl. I need a bear to help me clear my mind and understand the struggle caused by market manipulation. Oh, this doesn't say bear. It says beer. I was like, what the hell is a bear going to help you do that for? I need a beer. Oh, jeez. The people widespreading FUD or hater. I'll follow this one back. So I'm getting in the habit, guys, when I get friended now on Twitter, that I check and just kind of make sure that that it's not a fake account. I guess apparently that's a thing. I'll follow this one. That looks legit to me. Kind of like Jade Henry here. What the hell? When I woke up, Dr. Drake, Dr. Ramori, I took one look at it and I was like, holy crap, that's a lot of volume. And then I looked at the price and went, oh, that's a low price. I'm going to move this down just a tad. Yeah, we've seen this pattern a lot of times, guys. The devil horns followed by with a little peak in there sometimes not, followed by a head and shoulder pattern, resulting in lower price. Typically, it drops down to either this value right here, sometimes a little bit more, but that's like mid 22s. So what you're going to see now is you're going to see an attempt when the trading goes sideways here. You'll see an attempt to, let's put the Bollinger Bands back on, an attempt to close or pinch off the volatility, drive the volatility down on this last portion so they can easily manipulate the price down. Current days to cover. Uh, 2.33. Let me refresh that just to make sure that's correct. I'm seeing 2.33. Yeah, 2.33. Um, it was 2.35 when the day started. And then I think the days to cover based off the estimated short interest though, see, because there is a difference. There's a difference between on loan and estimated short interest. But the days to cover, we'll just look at over the last 2 weeks. Days to cover over the last 2 weeks, estimated short interest is approximately at 1.77. I don't look at that, guys. I really don't, and I'll tell you why. And maybe, and I would like to hear this. I would love to hear the other side of this. I don't care about days to cover because all that is a reflection of, to me, is volume. All you do is you take your total amount of volume divided by the amount of shares that are needed to cover, and you see how many days that takes to cover, and that's what days to cover is. And to me, that means nothing. That means absolutely nothing, because as we well know, there is way more than just what's on loan that's needed to be recovered. Obviously, the higher that value is, it just means that volume's low. The lower the number is, the higher the volume. So that number is just not really like a good indicator to me of anything specific in regards to tracking the data. But I'm definitely open to hearing somebody's alternate opinion of that. I personally myself would rather rely on just looking at volume to tell me whether or not volume's high or low. Instead of looking at days to cover to give me ideas of how that relates to shares on loan. All right, JP, we'll see you back. You're talking when you say IWM, you're talking about the ETF, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the ETF. That's the Russell. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't really track that a whole lot. Wait, are we? Maybe we are. Never mind. I'm not really tracking that a whole lot, but I see what you're talking about here as far as price having been having decreased throughout the day today. It's a possibility. Look at all this red, guys. My goodness. It is a possibility. Man, I turned on the air in my house because I felt like it was getting too hot. I don't think I was. I think I was just excited. I don't think I was actually hot. I'm starting to get too cold. All right, it's 1 p.m. Let's do another technical analysis. Let's see where we're at. Looks like we're following. It's good if we don't repeat the head and shoulder pattern. That'd be awesome. All right, let's take a see. Let's take a see in what's going on here. Take you guys over to the other page. I know you want to see the run, but too bad. No, seriously, too bad. All right, let me refresh. Stock tracker. I'm gonna take away your guys' highs. If you want highs, you got you got to drink for it or something. I don't know. You're not gonna get it off our stock price. Dang it. All right. the off exchange. Let's just refresh that. 52 and 11. 52 and 11. $53 and 11 now. Definitely inching its way up on the off exchange. Taking a look at Ortex refreshing. 2.92 million shares having been borrowed for the day today was reported an hour ago. Let me refresh it. I hit that button an hour ago. I'm definitely rebooting the computer tonight. I know what's causing the problem. I know exactly what's causing the problem. I just don't know how to fix it right now. I'll have to wait till the show's over. Yep, 2.92 million is still the same value. So no change to estimated short share interest. Let me update the options. This is so painfully slow. I didn't tell you story time earlier. At a $25 strike price, it looks like still the highest amount of volume. Went from 38.7 to 43.1. At a $20 strike price, it went from 38.9 to 40.5. So still signaling for a $22.5 closing price. Orders by Fidelity customers. AMC currently in third still, with a good 67% bias to 33% sales. GME in eighth with 85% bias to 15% sales. Shares borrowed in the last hour. 10,000, but I'm not going to count it. 22.8 thousand contracts in the money on the calls. 163,000 contracts out of the money on the puts. The Nasdaq is down 1.89%. The Dow Jones is down 0.41. S&P 500 is down 1.13. There's 5,273 decliners to 2,126 advancers. The market's really close to being on fire. The VIX is currently up 11.03. Tesla is up 3.22. Hood is down 4.21. Amazon is down 1.22. Cinemark is up 0.68. Dogecoin is up 14.37, and GameStop is up 3.4. AMC is up 2.84, with an inflow versus outflow of 63? No. I can't math. 53. It's probably 53. Let me math here. 57. I went the wrong way. 57. 57 million more shares going in inflow, resulting in our 3% increase in price. 86.67 million shares. Let's see, we got about 120 minutes left. Hit the wrong button. We're on pace for 122 million shares. It's starting to slow down in how much it's decreasing by. So we could see over 100 million shares today. Looking really good. On the daily interval, more selling pressure than buying pressure with RSI at 29.67. On the hourly, we have more even buying and selling pressure with RSI at 49.51, right down the middle. On a 30-minute, we have more selling pressure than buying pressure. I don't know, it actually looks the same. Looks really close to the same. RSI is 54.87, and on a 5-minute interval, more selling pressure than buying pressure, just flipped over within the last 5 minutes. RSI at 48.2. A little bit more consolidation in this time frame. Oh, excuse me. It's time for a red pill. It wouldn't be that bad. And if we did drop down to 22 bucks, we could see some fireworks in the final hour, the power hour. I was reading the rules for the entry and the responses to the questions, and it says that the answer should be on a Twitter submission. Huh. It does not say Instagram submission. Okay. Let's go over to Twitter. But where would you put it on Twitter, though? Big green candlestick here, guys. Volume just hit 653,000 shares in a single minute. I wonder where you would put it if you were going to do that, though, Crazy. I don't see... Man, I absolutely love this, guys. I love that it's defeating the pattern. It's completely defeating the pattern right now. Like, this is so, like, not even... This is gross. This is absolutely gross. It's like it's defying what's supposed to happen. Every single time... every single time that we look at this data and it goes the opposite way, this is like the redemption of that. My gosh. Where did that come from? It was like 700,000 700,000 shares in a single minute, just out of nowhere. quite possibly in the top 10% of the minutes out of all the minutes we've had today. Maybe even top 5%. Let me look up. That was 1410. I'm going to pull up the orders for 1410 and see if we can't see some large buy orders come through here straight to the lit market. Say what? Okay. It's going pretty quick. I don't even have to scroll. I'm not scrolling right now. It's just moving fast enough. There's 1,000 shares right there. Buy order. There's 1,000 sell. 1945 sell. I don't see the data. There we go. There's a 2,000 share buy. 1,000 share buy. I don't know. I didn't see any like massive number. I mean, the thousands are pretty high, but ban this imposter. What the heck's going on? Oh, there's two Kyles. I know who the right one. No, I don't know who the right one is. Joe Exotic and Synthetic Kyle. Yeah, Big Kyle and Little Kyle. I see it. It took me a second to figure out it. I can. Big Kyle should be the right one. Little Kyle would be sus. Yeah, Big Kyle's the real one. That had to be like some kind of like just massive orders that came through because that was very unusual buying right there. It was almost like it was purposely trying to push us out of that head and shoulder pattern. If it is Elon, let him know my offer still stands. I will buy 2 of his cars if he takes all the money that he's cashed out within the last month of Tesla and throws it into AMC. I will sign a contract to buy 2 vehicles, and I'm pretty sure I think a lot of us would sign the same contract. Let's work together. Let's work together, Elon. We can make things happen, baby. Are you seeing a cup and handle? Is that what you're seeing? I mean, that's like just the nastiest looking cup and handle if that's the case. Let's see here. It's just, I don't know. I'm not seeing it. But here's that devil horn and head and shoulders that I was telling you guys about right here. This is a good example of one right here. So you got your devil horns, you got your head and shoulder pattern, and then you drop back down in price, kind of somewhere around there, where just before the devil horns. Very typical pattern for us. Here's another one, devil horns, head and shoulder pattern, drop back down. Didn't quite drop back down quite as far on this one. But we see this pattern happening very, very often. But to me, this looks like we have the devil horns here. If I draw it out for you, it seems inverted. Oh, story time, guys. Story time. I'm just going to show you a picture. This is a picture of me from, if I had to guess the year, I would have been about 30 years old. So 15 years ago. This is a picture of me. And this is a lot of hard training. A lot of hard training to get into a condition like this. It took me about 3 or 4 years. Best shape I ever been in my entire life. For my age group in the state of Arizona, I was number 2 in triathlons. So, and an amateur level. Super, super worked hard to get there. Super, super worked hard. But the story that I wanted to tell you guys is that to get to this point in my life to where I was doing this kind of stuff took a lot of training, a lot of preparation, a lot of time. Things that just really invested a lot of my energy. And that's what we've done. Over the last year, we've done that. We've prepared ourselves. We've invested a lot of money, a lot of time. We've been educating ourselves. Um, we've waited. We've waited, and good things come from going through that process of waiting and earning something the hard way. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Just quick story time. Things just don't come easy. They don't come easy. You have to work hard for them. But what I wanted to show you with the inverted head and shoulders, right here, it may be a little difficult for you to see, so I'm going to take a snapshot of it so you can see it. But those devil horns are here and here, and then your shoulder, your head, and potentially another shoulder. Moving up to that price. By Thursday. And that price is $35-ish by Thursday. So when I drew out this funky little signal here and then drew it out to here, I got to $37. $36.71 is kind of the end of it right there. So not far off. it may actually be in the cards. I may have just had this, instead of drawing this particular spot up, I should have drawn it down. But it was close. Not bad, not a bad guess though. I zigged when I should have zagged. It's break time, guys. You know what happens when I go to break. Let's set something up a little here before I go. I'm gonna try and put some insurance out here. Son of a gun. Just in case. The real question is do you guys want Mr. Ginsler out? Or does he make you paranoid? Good old Gazerbeam Gary. What do you guys think? Should we put good old Gazerbeam Gary out? Your guys' call. Actually, Joe, I didn't do anything. I was so straight laced that I didn't even want to do creatine. And I finally let somebody talk me into doing supplements with Gatorade because I was strictly water and just food. I would not take any kind of supplements whatsoever. Then somebody finally talked me into at least doing Gatorade, and so I gave in and did Gatorade. But I would not do creatine, which a lot of the guys were doing creatine back in those days. I wouldn't do it. Beards aren't very aerodynamic. No, but I bet they're really good at catching bugs. You know what's funny, Eric, is I used to when I was doing the swimming portion in the wintertime. This is in Phoenix, Arizona. When I was doing the swimming portion in the wintertime, I wanted to do it indoors, of course. And so I'd go to a lot of the different local clubs and I'd get like the 2 week free pass to test out the club. And or maybe it was a month pass. I forget how long it was. It was like a month or 2 weeks, and I would swim at the club until I was done. But you always had to kind of go through that like first initial phase where they kind of like get your body weight and check to see how much body fat percentage you have and what are your goals and all that kind of stuff. And so I'd happily sit through that so I could get through a couple weeks worth of training in their lap pool. And one of my favorite parts was is they would always ask me like, well, what kind of goals do you have? And I'd say, well, I'm trying to lose a little bit of body fat. I'd like to be ripped like you're kind of ripped. And you know, because those guys, they're probably running around like 8 or 9% body fat, maybe seven, sometimes seven. And they're really ripped, super ripped in those gyms. And but being as a triathlete, um, I'm super lean muscle, super lean muscle. But I had like I was under 6% body fat, and so they'd be like, yeah, we could probably knock you down a few percentage, you know, we could knock you down some percentage points on your body fat. They go like, you're probably like 12 or 13% or something like that. We'll knock you down some and we'll get you all beefed up. And so they're like, let's measure you so we can see what your progress is. And so they put me up on the calipers and everything, and you know, they measure it out and they'd be like, wait, there's no way. And so they'd measure me again. They'd call in their buddy, they'd come in, they'd start measuring me. They'd be like, how in the and they knew the jig was up as soon as they figured out I had less than 6% body fat and was, you know, as muscular as I was at the time. So It was always kind of a fun little uh, surprise because they just don't see it coming. They don't see it unless you're like super pumped and like just absolutely massive. They don't expect to see you with body fat less than theirs. Yeah, I don't even know anything about the cycles. I wouldn't even want to try to get involved in that kind of stuff. I can't. As a woman, if I had to take birth control pills, I would fail because I absolutely cannot keep to a schedule. You guys are um, this is the most regular thing I do. You guys are lucky. This is the most regular thing I do, but I'm dedicated to it, and that's why. So, but I could never do that kind of stuff. Like I hate taking medicine, so tramps will do. No on good old Gazer Beam Gary. I don't even know who Tom Platz is. Eric says he hates that weasel. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave you to it. I don't really have. I really don't have an idea where this is heading. Let me see if I can draw something out here. I mean, maybe this is pretty shoddy at best. That was lame. Guys, I'm seeing your messages pop up, but I'm not sure what's going on with my computer, but it's having issues. I'm going to. I see your guys' messages going through the live chat. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. Okay, well, if you guys can hear me and see me, then it's definitely my computer, not my internet. There's something going on with my computer. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Um, Something's going on here. I'm not sure what the deal is. But it's time for break anyways, and I'm just gonna let the system run here. I drew out an ascending parallel channel here, which when it breaks out should break out going down. I'm just gonna kind of leave this running for now. There's obviously something going on with my computer because it's not my internet connection, and I'm gonna have to figure out what the hell is going on with it. But it probably won't be until after I close down the stream later today. So. bear with it, guys. Something's going on with it. Your computer's on. No, man, Joe, my computer's always on. I don't turn computers off. All right, guys, I'm gonna head to break here. I'll be back in about a half hour. And we'll do the power hour together with a toast like we normally do. And I should probably come up with a toast. But let me give you some music and I will see you guys on the other side. Yeah, I know. I'm a little late. But I'm here. Oh, and so's the music. Alrighty. It's time to finish this bad boy off here, guys. What a day. What a day. I didn't think one bit about what I was going to toast. Oh, boy. Did Kim ask a question? When we are in the squeeze, any thoughts about the number of shares you make your limit sale? Like, should I order below 100 shares, or does it matter as far as getting it filled? Thanks. Um, I would go, I mean, not financial advice, of course, right? I mean, I'm not supposed to be doing that. So, um, when it comes time for me to sell, I think 100 blocks of shares is perfectly acceptable. That's what I'll be setting them for. 100, 200, or 300 amounts, depending upon how the order book looks. Order book level 2 here is pretty valuable. Um, it helps you to kind of get an idea for where there might be good spots to put your prices for, because you don't want to be hitting other people's prices, ideally, and you do want to be selling kind of like on the way up, because if the price is moving upwards, then there'll be more of a chance for you to get your order filled. So 100 is, Brian Carpenter said I'd sell in even lots of 100. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. That's probably what I would do. Although I do have a substantial amount of shares that I'll be selling. Groups of 100 is going to cause me to have to create many orders. So you need to keep that in mind, because you're going to have to work fast. But making sure that you work fast, but not fast but accurate. You don't want to fat finger a number, especially if there's a lot of numbers involved. So if it helps you to do orders in a slightly larger number, um, I wouldn't go too much higher than 300, but that's probably a good. Those are good numbers. Um, we need to toast to something here. It's been tough, guys. It has been tough 2, maybe even 3 weeks. It's been tough ever since June, right? I mean, it's been tough, legitimately. And you guys are holding, and I can tell. And you're buying, because I can tell. And I'll know when you're selling, and I'll know when you're not holding. Because Santa Claus, he's making a list and he's checking it twice. Merry almost Christmas. Cheers. Santa. Yep. He's taking a list and he's checking it twice, guys. I can see what you're doing. I know what you guys are doing. I can see it. It's in the data. I can see it. This chair is so squeaky. I feel like I gotta put some WD-40 in it or something. It's a nice new chair though. It's comfy. Welcome to the channel, Brian. It's good to see you here. Welcome to the family. We have a pretty tight knit group of people here. Um, I think you'll like it a lot. It's a good, it's a good group of people, and I think we have a lot to offer each other. Pip, also welcome to the channel. the goal is to moon before before Christmas. I don't think it's going to happen, but the goal is to moon before Christmas, and hopefully I can go play Santa Claus at some children's hospital somewhere. I don't know. That'd be awesome. I'd really like to do that. But we'll see. I am not a beard kind of person. This was simply a challenge. I'm holding the beard like I'm holding my shares. This is a challenge for me. I'm holding the beard until we hit 90 or Christmas comes, whichever comes last. Whichever comes last. And 90 is not my limit. Don't be afraid. I'm not selling at $90. Not even close. It's just a goal. It's a goal of a number that I set for myself as a challenge. Um, it didn't set us back. It didn't set us back, GD. We know that there's lots and lots of synthetic shares. If a margin call happens, it didn't set us back. As far as people who sold shares on the way down to to our price, I mean, who's to say that we don't even go a little bit lower? We could. I mean, it's still in the cards. It's always in the cards to have a synthetic price failure, which is 20% or more. Keep that in mind. So, um, did it set us back? I think I know where you're going with that. I think I know where you're going with that. I guess what I would say is that I think we still look really strong for January. We're looking really, really strong for January. If something was going to happen before then, it may have set us back for that. But I think we still really look super, super strong going into January. So I'm not worried about it. It happens. Those price decreases happen. But we're doing our job that we're supposed to do, which is buy and hold. And you can see it in the numbers, which is great. I have a bad Santa kind of beard. John, where are we heading? To the moon. Where else would we head? All right, guys, let's take a little bit of the technical analysis here before, it is getting kind of late. It's 13 minutes into the hour. I normally do technical analysis on the hour every hour, so you guys can just come during those periods of time. I do stream 9 hours for those of you who are new. Um, because it's such a long period of time, I don't expect you guys to hang out here. So I try to set times where every hour on the hour I do technical analysis. So if you want to see or check in, that's a good time to show up on the hour every hour. So I'll do the technical analysis now. I do think we're going to hit, yeah, oh yeah, we're definitely going to hit 100 million in volume. I mean, our minutes right now are currently over 100K a minute easily. So yeah, we're going to hit over 100 million. All right, let's do technical analysis, guys. I'm going to have to refresh a few screens here before I take you guys over. And until I can reboot my computer, we're going to have, I've got super slow loading times right now. Something's going on here. I'm pretty sure that the software that I use to darken the screens for you guys so I don't blind you, I think it changed today. It changed today, and it's doing something funky, and I think it's screwing me up a little bit. So I'm gonna have to fix that in the after hours, after the show's over. So it should be better tomorrow. Guys, don't look at your accounts. Don't look at your prices tonight. Do me a favor and just don't look at it. I know it's gonna be super tempting. You're gonna want to go in there and see how much you made off this run up. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Those are just numbers. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to gain anything from it. All right, Tage, let's do this. Or not. Wow. That is so slow. All right, first screen to update is going to be off exchange. 53 and 11. Watch how long this takes to update. Oh, hey, that actually went pretty quick. 54 and 11. Very slightly upwards, not a whole lot. So dark pools around 65. Refreshing Ortex. There, I just pushed it. Let's see how long it takes. 3.38 million. I always tell you guys, if we get over 3, fireworks are in the futures. We are over 3.3 million 8 shares. I mean, we're over 3 million. Wow. I hit that so long ago. I just don't want to blind you guys with the really light screens. I'll get this fixed after the show's over today. All right, Ortex is updating. Let's write that down. 3.38 million. That's going to raise the estimated short share interest of the free float to 19.36. A lot of people look for that magic 20 number. I don't really invest too much into it. Updating the options. Boy, that is so frustrating. It's the last time I got to do it, guys. It's the last time I have to do this, and I know it's super, super slow, but I can't, there's nothing I can really do about it until I close down the stream. Don't cross streams. This is what happens. Internet goes down. All right, I'm not going to wait for the numbers to reset and everything here. 24,000, let's see, 49,000 at $25. At a $25 strike price, it went from 43.1 up to 49.4 thousand contracts. So if we can reach $25, and I was telling you guys earlier today that $25, $26 would be ideal. 25 or 26 would be super, super ideal. We're not going to bank on it. We're not going to bank on it, but it would be awesome if we could hit it today. On the put side, at a $20 strike price, an hour ago it was 40.5 thousand contracts. It is now 42.6. Oh, my dog's angry. Somebody showed up. It's okay. On the main page, orders by Fidelity customers. AMC is currently in third still. Boy, this is so slow. 67% buys to 33% sales. GME currently in ninth position with 84% buys to 16% sales. And moving to the next page. Shares available to borrow. In the last hour, it does not appear that they have borrowed any additional shares for the day today, bringing us to a grand total of 4.15, which is a little less than normal. There's 22.8 thousand contracts in the money on the calls, 163,000 contracts out of the money on the puts. I do not believe SSR is going to be triggered for tomorrow. I'm not 100% certain, but I do not believe that the pre-market hours count for price triggering of SSR. I'm not 100% sure on this, so please don't quote me on this. But we opened up the market today at 2093. which is 1 penny. 1 penny over the trigger price. I do not think that it's going to be on for tomorrow. If that's the case, they're in trouble. The hedge funds are completely in trouble. They're not legally allowed to create liquidity during that period of time. And if price moves up like I'm expecting it to move up tomorrow, they are going to bleed like the dickens. It's going to be a bloodbath. The markets, how they doing? The Nasdaq is down 1.1. The Dow Jones is down 1.7. Sorry, 0.17. S&P 500 is down 0.67, and the market is currently declining over advancing with 4,954 decliners to 2,447 advancers. That's actually improved a little bit from the last hour. The excuse me, the VIX is only up 5.86. It was up 10% earlier. It does not look like we're tied to the VIX today at all. Tesla is currently down 0.82. Hood is down 3.05. Amazon is down 0.6. For those of you who are watching right now, I'll tell you a little bit why I follow some of these, just because there's some new names. I'm following the VIX because we have had a very, very close relationship with the VIX. When the VIX, so the VIX is the volatility index of the CBOE market, and it's based off of the options, I believe, for the next 30 days. So when that has gone up in the past, when it's had really high volatility, we typically have gone down. We have an inverse relationship. So after it's done spiking, when it comes back down, we go up. Today, for the first time that I have ever seen, the VIX went up and we went up. I've not seen that before. Very unusual. Tesla is down. Why do I watch Tesla? It's kind of one of the new ones that I've been watching. I just kind of been interested in it. It's not really anything related to, as an indicator to what happens to us. Most everything else that I have on here is indicators that I look for. Tesla is just kind of, I want to see what happens. Elon Musk is selling a lot of shares. I want to see what happens to it, but it's down 0.66. Hood is down 2.87. Why am I watching Robinhood? Because I just want to see it burn. Call me sick. Amazon. If you want to know how our market's doing, you should watch where we put all our money. If Amazon's hurting, our economy's hurting. They are down 0.54% today. When I first started monitoring this was when Jeff Bezos stepped down as the CEO of the company. The price of the stock was $3,500 at that time. It is now at $3,371. Cinemark is up 1.24. And that actually, I'm going to go back to Amazon for just a second. Amazon's kind of an interesting one. We watched Bill Gates, not Bill Gates. We watched Bill Gates step away from Microsoft. Then we watched Jeff Bezos leave Amazon. Now we're seeing Elon Musk talking about leaving Tesla. Let that sink in a little. Cinemark is down, or up, sorry, 1.33%. If you want to know how your competitors are doing, it's a good indicator as how you should be doing. If they're doing really well, you should be doing really well because the movie industry is the movie industry. If they're making moves that you're not making, then you should probably be analyzing why. They're up 1.33%. Dogecoin, blue collar cryptocurrency of, I'm going to say North America, maybe the world, although Shiba Inu kind of stepped in and maybe took that spot. They're up 15.78% for the day today. GameStop, it's the OG. You got to watch GameStop because they're the OG. Up 7.98% for the day today. AMC up 7.01%. Our inflow versus outflow. I'm going to have to break out a calculator because I just know this is going to be outside of my, yeah. I'm not even going to try to math it. 59-point spread. We have $59 more million going into AMC than going out. Current volume. We're just about ready to break past 100 million shares traded for the day today. We have approximately 35 minutes left in the day to trade. Looks like we're going to finish very close to 110 million. 109.6 perhaps, somewhere around there. That's what kind of pace we're on. Might be a little less. Today I predicted on volume to be somewhere between 130 and 150. I overshot a little. I was going to do 100 to 120, but I decided to up it a little bit because I figured we'd have a run at the end of the day. It was going to be pretty massive. Didn't quite happen, but that's okay. I do prefer to be low on my prediction for volume, so I'm kind of a little upset that I'm high on it, but not bad. Not bad. Um, Looking at our daily interval, I know this is a mess, guys. Don't look at the top stuff down here. I'm looking at the vortex indicator right here, and I'm looking at the RSI to see what our futures are going to look like. And right now, it's saying that we have more selling pressure than buying pressure on the 1 hour interval or the daily interval, with RSI at 32.35, signaling oversold. We've had a double dip into below 30. On a 1 hour interval, we have more buying pressure than selling pressure with an RSI of 55.48, which is just above average. On a 30-minute interval, more buying pressure than selling pressure with RSI at 60.73, which is getting to be above average on overbought territory. On a 5-minute interval, more buying pressure than selling pressure with RSI at 61.46. And now that I am done with technical analysis for the day, I can see what it is you guys are saying here. Just give me a second. Normally when my picture's not on the screen, I can't see what you guys are writing. I'm missing the. I know Monty's going to send it to vote on raising debt ceiling by 2.5 trillion. Thanks for checking that out for me, Monty. I'm sure Monty's probably watching the live stream of the Fed talking. SSR is on. I mean, it is on today from yesterday, but are you sure that it's triggered for tomorrow, Anthony? Because I don't know that that's. It's saying right here the trigger price was 2092 and we opened up. Okay, I see what you're saying. You're saying because the low says 2080, but the problem is with that is that. Hold on a second, let me check. You know what? You might be right. I think you're right. Nope, you're right. SSR is on for tomorrow. Anthony's correct. Thank you for the correction, Anthony. 100% accurate in that analysis. Thank you, sir. Yep, Anthony's correct, Joshua. Gil, it was pill baits. Monty wants to know if we're in the blow phase. Let me just check one more thing. Let's wait and see tomorrow, Monty, because in the aftermarket hours there is some more trading that occurs during that period of time. You know how volatile the market can get in the aftermarket hours. We haven't seen that in a really long time, but we haven't seen this much volatility during normal trading hours. And in the last week or so, we've been seeing a lot more volatility in the aftermarket hours. So if we break 110 million shares traded by the end of the day today, and we remain above 2450, I'm going to say yes. Well, I tried to place the trampoline where I didn't want it to go, where I didn't want the price to go. It would have been cool if I had put it up a little bit higher. But yeah, it would have been cool. $25.12, guys. I have not tracked this new high. We're up 23.9% since 2027. The value, the price of 2027, which was our low. Eric says blow. I mean, here's the thing, guys, right? Suck, squeeze, bang, or blow is not meant to predict the future. It's to tell you where you're at in the phases. If today's not the blow, if today is the blow and I say it's not the blow, you'll know tomorrow. Tomorrow will be very obvious. So it really doesn't matter if I call today the in all the grand scheme of things, it's really not trying to predict the future. Steroid said today's the blow. I'm telling you guys, it's really kind of fun when you put a spin on things. Trying to think about the momentum of AMC's price movement and the cycles that we've been experiencing throughout the year. When you start referencing them in terms of a four-stroke engine, it really kind of takes on a whole brand new meaning. Plus, who doesn't like saying suck, squeeze, bang, and blow? They're all favorite words for all of us. OMG, Ali saying, OMG, please go to Superstock and find the McShorten license plate. I'm gonna have to check it out. Guys, you know what the really big number is to watch today? I'm gonna link it. Um, I hope I'm gonna link it. Let me see here. Profile. Oh no, I know where to find it. Not there. I'm gonna give you guys a link because I want you guys to be able to do this yourselves. I'm not gonna always be able to hold your hand, and this is something that you guys should be able to do on your own. So this is a link. Okay, if you go to that screen, if you go to that web page, I'm going to show you what it looks like, hopefully. And what I want you to do is when today ends, you're going to see this is what the page looks like. You're going to scroll down just a tad. You're going to come down here and it's going to say FINRA Consolidated NMS. You're going to be looking for Tuesday, the 14th. It's going to be a text file. You can just open the text file, no big deal. It's not going to harm you. It is from FINRA. And if you do a Control F on this, just hit Control F, or you could just do a, you can scroll down because AMC is not that far down the list. But if you type in AMC under Control F, you'll see AMC showing up here. This is yesterday's data, but what you're looking for here, I just highlighted AMC's data here. You're looking for you've got market indicators over here, B, Q, and N. Then you have your total volume is the next number over from the end. The next number over from that is going to be our short exempt volume. Our short exempt volume yesterday was over 1 million shares. If you go into this file, and I think it reports, I want to say like 3 or 4 hours after market closing. If you do this before you go to bed tonight, you open this up, this should excite you. This should really excite you today because you can open up this file. You can take a look at this number, and if it's over 1 million, guess what's going to happen tomorrow? Shh. It's going to be hefty. If it's 3 million, oh man, guys, just be ready to wake up happy. Be ready to wake up happy because those numbers are huge. Those are really big numbers. We have not seen over 1 million short exempt shares in volume, and I can't tell you how long. It's been a very long time. So do that. That's going to excite you for tomorrow. Maybe it'll excite you, maybe it won't. I don't know. But it's going to be cool. One way or the other. What if it's 1 billion? Oh my gosh. If it's 1 billion, JP, I'm not even gonna do a video tomorrow. I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna do something crazy, Pepe. I don't know what I'll do. That would be so massive. I'll bet you could get there. I'm curious. You got me curious now. I'm gonna have to check this out. I'm just curious. Was it January 27th we had 1.2 billion shares traded for the day? Because I believe that it was. Let me just scroll back down here. January 27th. Yeah, it was. Okay, January 27th. Let's go back. Let's go back in time and just let's have a little fun. We'll go back to January 27th. And let's check and see what our short exempt volume was then. Wednesday the 27th. Let's open that file. Come on, bad boy. We traded whoa. 3, 6. Something's not right there. This is saying that we only traded 386 million. It's not saying billions. Huh. I've never done this before. Back in January, on January 27th, when we had, according to Yahoo, it's saying we traded 1.2 billion shares that day. This is saying that we only traded 386 million shares and that our short exempt volume was only 663,000. Let's look at the day previous, just out of curiosity. Let's look at the January 26th, just to see, leading up to that really big volume day. Oh yeah. There's two different lines here. There's an AMC. I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay. So here's AMC right here. Here it does say 3, 6. It shows 191 million shares having been traded that day. I'm pretty sure that's the volume column. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it says total volume. I don't know. I'm not sure why it's not the right number, but it's not showing the right volume, but it does show that we had 103 million. Is it 103? Yeah, 103 million in short exempt volume that day on the 26th. And what did we have? 101 million yesterday. Get excited, guys. I'm just telling you, get excited. These are some interesting numbers. If you don't understand the relationship to these numbers, guys, I'm going to link you to a page. I want you to read this tonight. This is homework. I know homework sucks, but this is True Demons trend analysis. Possible rip that he posted way back in the day. And I want you guys to just kind of go over this, read it, see if it makes some sense to you. Because this is the same concept of the information that it was that I was telling you guys about, that on average loan age per day, and how there's failure to delivers that occur. And what we're doing right now is we're creating, what's happening right now in this moment in time is we're creating failure to delivers that are stacking right at this moment, that are going to start expiring 35 days from now. Now, we actually started doing this 2 weeks ago. So we're already 2 weeks into the process, but we're still stacking on top. And it's just going to keep stacking and stacking and stacking. These failure delivers are going to be absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Massive. It was 27, I think it was 27 million. Was it 27 million back in January last year? I think it was. Let me check and look and see real quick here. The failure to delivers on January 27th was 27.69 million. That's what we're doing right now. We're building that base. You know, based on what's going on right now with volume, Monty, I don't think we're going to have a hard time hitting 110. Please tell us how to get to the FINRA page. I have page open. If you have the page open, if you clicked on that link that I sent to you, if you clicked on that link that I sent you, all you have to do is just scroll to the bottom of the page, and it's already got everything that you need there. All you got to do is change the month and the year. But if you're just wanting to look at current today's data, it already has it up on the screen for you. And you're just looking under FINRA Consolidated NMS. That's what you're looking for. Oh, I think I know why. I think I know why some of the data was missing from. Yeah. Anyways, but that's what you're looking for. All you gotta do is just click on that link that I sent up there, and it takes you straight to the page. You know, all you gotta do is just scroll down a little bit, and it has a text file that you can open. Yeah, JP, you know, we're gonna have stuff like that happen, and there's not really much we can do about it, as far as, like, you know, people coming in and doing a one-time post with a negative comment just out of the blue. It's gonna happen, guys. Um, my suggestion: people who want attention, you don't give it to them. Ignore it. I don't know what you're talking about, JP. Did you hear something? Because I didn't hear anything. It does. Saint Monet, Dad. When I do my volume prediction in the mornings, I'm basing it off of what the closing price is going to be when we close right at 15 minutes from now. My time it would be 3 o'clock, but 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So my volume predictions are based off of that amount. Um, but I cheat a little bit in the mornings and say, oh look, our volume was this, and but whether or not I made it if you're watching the show. So it's I'm either in or I'm not. It's one of the two. But I'm going to go ahead and say that as far as the suck squeeze bang blow goes, that's all based off of our closing data at the end of the day after our trading is over. So that counts. That gets to count. So if we hit 110 million and we stay above 2450, those are the numbers that I'm looking for. 110 million, 2450. How do I do that, Dr. Mori? I have no idea. Dr. Mori saying to make it subscriber only to chat. Oh, I can actually look at the participants. Hmm. No, Joe. I'll try to look into it. There's a couple things that I've really kind of struggled with um, in this as far as the stream goes. Dr. Mori is one of them. Is I've always wanted to be able to be to give everybody the availability to be able to post links. Like I don't feel like I should have to make you a moderator to be able to post a link. That seems really ridiculous. Like just like you should be able to just post a link. It's stupid. Let's see here. Oh, I see it here. Participant modes. Anyone or subscribers. Ooh. All right, I'm going to post a poll. You guys have like 12 minutes to do this in. All right, guys. There's the poll. JP, this I can tell you, JP, this is going to help us with our random messengers who come in here and put stuff in. So this is the poll, guys. Do you want me to switch it to only people who are subscribed as being able to chat in the message box? I've never, ever, ever asked you guys to do something subscribing wise or liking. I've never asked you to. Never. And never will. But if you guys choose to vote this, that's I'm putting on you guys. I'm putting on you if you're tired of seeing um, if you're tired of seeing comments come in that maybe you just, I don't know, whatever the reason may be. I'm going to allow you guys to make that decision. I'm going to leave the voting open until 2:56, and then I'll change it. And I semi agree with Björk. I've struggled, guys. I've struggled a lot. I'm going to admit it. I've struggled a lot with just different things. Um, Duncan can vouch for it. I went to Duncan on a couple occasions, said, "Look, this is how I feel about something," and then I'd have a talk with him, and we have to kind of talk things over. I I didn't before I started the stream. I had no idea who Duncan was, but I go to him for advice now, and so I think that's good. I trust in Duncan. I guess ultimately I'll decide um, whether or not we should do that or not. The borrow change numbers over 3 million. Are we going to rip after? It's possible, Monty. It's very, very possible. You know as well as I do that crazy things can happen in the aftermarket hours. Um, the fact that we had over 3 million in the borrowed change amount, and we're up 6% for the day today. I mean, we did have a rip. 6%'s not bad, right? I don't know if it's enough for 3.4 million, but it's very it's very possible. Anything is possible in the aftermarket hours. It really is. Ooh, thanks, Ali. I appreciate that comment. Duncan said JP can't beat my mom on blocking. She's a savage. That's so true. For those of you who weren't here for it, my mom was a moderator at one point, and she had put her phone in her purse or something, or set it down somewhere, and it just like whatever was touching the phone at the time just started deleting people and silencing people, and it was a catastrophe. And then Crazy Pepe was a moderator at one time and had the same thing happen. So Björk, I agree. I tend to agree. Maybe I'm making you guys pull for no reason. Maybe I should just drop the issue. I mean, I don't know. I feel at some point. I feel at some point that we're gonna feel like we're getting inundated with um, negative comments. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to subscribe in order to talk here. I don't ever want anybody to feel left out. Ever. You're part of our community, whether you're a subscriber or not. Bjork, it's okay if we don't reach 110 million. There's no problem. It's just that I'm going to have a very difficult time calling the blow phase. We do need to see a significant increase in volume. Some of you guys would probably look at 104 million versus the 80. What was it, 80 something that we hit yesterday? What did we hit? We hit. Oh my! Come on, scroll faster. 83.5 million shares that we hit yesterday. Um, you would see that as being pretty significant. I would say it's kind of meh, kind of, sort of. I mean, I can tell you right now it's less than 32% because 110 million shares is 32% day over day. I mean, I know majority of you are voting yes. I really don't want people to feel like they have to subscribe to talk. I don't know. I don't want people to feel left out. It's okay if we don't make it, guys. There is the aftermarket hours too. I mean, I don't know how much volume there's going to be in the aftermarket hours, but we usually have a fair amount of volume that occurs in the aftermarket hours, so that will count. I don't know, guys. I'm not gonna do it right now. As far as like the subscribers for comments only. I'm gonna talk it over. I'm gonna talk it over. I'm gonna take you the polls that you guys put out here, 6832. I'm also gonna put out there because I don't know if you guys got a chance to see this before the end of the day yesterday. But the price prediction tallies that we had from yesterday, there was 45 votes. Now I didn't know if you guys had seen the results from that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there so you guys can see what those were. Price prediction for the week, the winner was 35 to 40 plus. Broad change just went up. Sorry guys, I didn't realize I didn't have the information on the screen. We're getting really close to the end of the day here, guys, so I got to wrap this up. You know the deal. It's always the same thing. Eat, sleep, drink. Prepare your mind for tomorrow. It is a new day. It's another dollar. Spend time with your family. If you don't have family, spend time with your friends. If you don't have friends, spend time with your pets. If you don't have any of those, go beat up some kids on a video game, okay? But whatever you do, don't have a good day. Have a great day.
T-minus 90 seconds and counting. All systems are go. We're about 90 seconds from the launch of Space Shuttle Discovery. T-minus 60 seconds and counting. We are transferring to orbiter internal power at this time. Discovery is now running off its 3 onboard fuel cells. Coming up on a go for auto sequence start. And we have a go for auto sequence start. Discovery's onboard computers have primary control of all the vehicle's critical functions. T-minus 17 seconds and counting. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, remaining start, 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery, returning to the space station, paving the way for future missions beyond.
confirmed. Guidance now converging. Discovery's onboard computers commanding the main engine nozzles to swivel, aiming the shuttle for its precise target in space for main engine cutoff.
Should have a good forward leg now at S10.
Okay, you sound good.
Discovery Houston, negative return.
Copy, negative return.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord. Oh Lord, well, if you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am. Well, I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes. So you could wipe off that grin. I know where you've been. It's all been a pack of lies. And I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. Oh Lord, well I remember, don't worry. How could I ever forget? It's the first time, the last time we ever met. But I know the reason why you keep your silence up. No, you don't fool me. The hurt doesn't show, but the pain still grows. Some